There's a space no one talks about. Not heaven. Not hell. Not even the dark world people whisper about. It's the place in between. And something lives there. I grew up in a town called Ravenport. It wasn't special, just another place people passed through and forgot. But Ravenport had a rule everyone followed without realizing it. No one stayed outside after midnight. Parents never explained why. They just said, "Be home before the lights hum." I didn't know what that meant until the night I heard it. I was 17, biking home late, headphones in, when every streetlight flickered at once. Not off, just dimmer, like they were losing power or sharing it. Then I heard the hum. Low, deep. Not a sound you hear with your ears, more like something vibrating inside your chest. The air felt thick, hard to breathe. My phone died. The screen went black, still warm in my hand. That's when I saw the shadows. They didn't match the buildings anymore. A mailbox cast a shadow that stretched across the road like fingers. A tree's shadow bent the wrong way, twisting toward me. I ran. When I reached my house, my mom was standing in the doorway, pale and shaking. "You heard it, didn't you?" she asked. That was the first time anyone admitted something was wrong. The next day at school, only 3 of us talked about it. Me, my friend Jonah, and Lena, a girl who transferred last year and never stayed for lunch. Lena knew things. She said the hum meant the veil was thinning. "There are 2 worlds overlapping ours," she explained quietly. "The dark one is where shadows come from. But between us and that place, there's something else." Jonah laughed nervously. "Like a monster?" Lena shook her head. "Worse. It doesn't belong anywhere." She told us people used to disappear in Ravenport long ago, not taken to the dark world, but erased. Forgotten. No records. No memories. Those people didn't die. They were absorbed by the thing in between. We didn't believe her. Not until Jonah's little brother went missing. One moment he was in his room. The next gone. No signs of struggle. No open windows. But what terrified us most was this. By morning, Jonah's parents didn't remember having a second child. Only Jonah did. Only us. That night, Lena took us to the edge of town, where the forest grew unnaturally close to the road. She said the boundary was weakest there. At exactly 12:03 a.m., the hum returned. The trees stopped moving. Even the wind froze. Then the world shifted. Colors drained away. The forest looked flat, lifeless, like a bad copy of reality. And in the distance, we saw it. A shape. Not solid. Not shadow. It looked like a tear in space, constantly folding into itself. Faces appeared on its surface, screaming, stretching, dissolving. Jonah dropped to his knees. "That's my brother," he whispered. The thing noticed us. It didn't move closer. The world moved toward it. The ground rippled. Reality bent inward like it was being pulled through a drain. A voice entered our minds, not loud, not angry. Hungry. "You exist too loudly." Lena screamed at us to run. Jonah didn't. He stood up and walked toward the thing, tears streaming down his face. "It knows me," he said. "It says I belong with him." I grabbed his arm. The thing reacted instantly. The space between us stretched like elastic. My hand burned as if I'd touched ice and fire at once. Lena shouted something, words that didn't sound human. The hum spiked. And suddenly, Jonah was gone. Not pulled away, just removed. The world snapped back. The forest looked normal again. But Jonah never existed. Not to anyone else. Only Lena and I remembered. After that night, Lena told me the truth. The thing between worlds wasn't evil. It was balance. When too many people became aware of the dark world, when curiosity threatened the separation, the thing erased them. Not as punishment, as maintenance. Why doesn't it take everyone? I asked. She looked at me with fear in her eyes. It will. Eventually. Every year, more hums. Longer nights. Thinner walls. Ravenport wasn't special. It was a testing ground. Last night, the hum lasted almost a minute. Streetlights across town dimmed permanently. People felt it this time. They're starting to ask questions. And I saw something outside my window. A shadow that didn't belong to anything. It was watching me. Waiting. Lena left town this morning. She said leaving delays it, but doesn't stop it. I stayed. Because now I understand something worse than fear. The thing between worlds doesn't just erase people. It learns them. Their thoughts. Their memories. And when the boundary finally collapses, it won't need to hide anymore. If you ever hear a low hum after midnight, if shadows start bending toward you, if someone disappears and no one remembers them, don't search the dark world. Don't look for answers. Because something is listening in between. And it's learning how to replace us.